Aha! I see you. Saddle up, piggy. Let's go. Come on, pig. It's all up to you now. No, not this way. That's right, that's right. See that big cliff? No, this isn't right. All right, pig, listen up. I want you to walk off the cliff. Stop going inland. It's no good. See that lovely big cliff? You want to go for a swim, right? Come on! We're almost there, Let's do it, pig. One more step. Oh no. I guess it's pork chops for dinner again. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft The Journey with me, bugmancx, and in this Let's Play series we're upgrading our survival world of Minecraft through every version of Minecraft we can, all the way up until the current modern day release, and at the moment we're in Minecraft Beta 1.5, and in the previous episode we had a look at the new statistics and achievement system that was introduced in this version. Statistics of course telling us all sorts of information about what we've done in the game, like jumped 652 times and which blocks and items we've interacted with and how many times, and the achievement system gives us some targets to do, so things like create a sword or kill a mob, and we've been doing all of those in the last episode, with a couple of exceptions. There are 2 things left on the list to do, both of which are a little bit harder. There's this one, which is when pigs fly. We have to fly a pig off a cliff, and also down here we have on a rail, which is possibly one of the hardest ones to get. Travel by minecart at least 1 kilometer from where you started. That is a lot of rail and a lot of distance, but I do have some plans for achieving this one. Now you might notice that some of these achievements are just little squares, and some of them are more bursty like this. What do you call this? I don't know. It's a bit more dramatic, isn't it? And the reason for that is because these are basic achievements and these are more like challenges. So I can get the on a rail challenge achievement by doing a lot of work to achieve it, whereas to get this one, all I have to do is make a pickaxe. So it's pretty easy. This one here is going to be a matter of finding a pig and a cliff, and I'm going to carry around my saddle just in case we find one, so I better go downstairs and get that. I do have plans for the on a rail one. We're going to build a rail track from spawn to the alpha house because it's just over 1,000 blocks distance in a straight line, so I think it makes the most sense. Out here at the beta house, there's really nothing within 1,000 blocks that in a single line that really makes any sense. So we're going to do that one. I always needed to build a road from spawn to the alpha house. I always said I would, and I never ever did. So we're going to do that. So let me get some things together. We'll get prepared and get these done. Luckily for me, I've got quite a bit of the materials that I need to make up these rails. If I look in this chest here, I've got plenty of iron, and I'm also going to need some gold, and I'll show you why in a little bit. But first, I want to try something that I've been waiting for the longest time, which was introduced into Minecraft Beta 1.5. Right now, I'm holding down my Shift key, and I'm going to click these stacks. Oh, baby, look at that. I can just Shift click them from the inventory into the chest and vice versa. This is going to make my life a dream. Having to drag them before, like this, 1 stack at a time, was just so annoying, especially when you're dealing with chests like these up here. Let's say you got a chest full of dirt here and you got a couple of empty slots. You have to find the slot and drag it in like this, and oh, it's just a mess. So I wonder actually what happens if we have, say, let's say a couple like that. Can I put a partial stack in? Yes, I can, because the another annoying thing about the old way of doing it was when you had partial stacks like this. Let's say there was a stack like that, and you've got a full stack here, and you're like, oh, now I've got to put that there and then put that there, and it was all a bit of a nightmare, and now I should just be able to boom, boom, just like that. It's these little improvements that change my life. But of course, I can't shift click out of a furnace, can I? No. That'd just be too much. Well, we have got our work cut out for us today because I'm going to need a lot of sticks to make all of these rails as well. And to do that, luckily, I've got my tree factory here. And will you have a look at that? That is the birch tree right there, and these are the saplings for the spruce tree. And what has happened here is Minecraft, I think, has just randomly changed some of the saplings in the game to these variations because it's now introduced the different sapling types depending on which type of tree you want to grow. So we can finally grow the different wood types as well. And I'm looking forward to that because right now I had to go out to different areas of the map to cut down the tree types that I needed. And that would be it. You couldn't regrow those trees. So this is very exciting. And have a look at this. These saplings here have just become randomly mixed up, and this already looks a lot better like that, so I'm just going to leave it. But I don't want spruce. Actually, it doesn't matter what type of wood it is, does it? So I might as well just let them grow, I suppose. Anyway, for now, I'd better get shopping. Do a little time lapse of the tree farming, he said. It'll look cool, he said. Until he remembered that he's running Minecraft Beta, which is still full of bugs. And in multiplayer, it looks like there are some strange issues with the trees. Like, there are, well, you saw that. I'm taking damage from leaf blocks. I shouldn't be taking damage from leaf blocks. But there is also this really strange one. You saw it right there, right? Where there seems to be a ghost tree. So that one just disappeared. But the tree that appeared there doesn't really exist. And notice how it's gone back to this really strange square shape. We haven't seen a tree shape like that since Minecraft Classic 0.0.14, I think. So it's really, really strange. Let me try and grow that tree again. And there you go. That does... Yeah, something is definitely very broken with trees in multiplayer. I just don't know how to... Ow! I don't know how to explain it. But what I have seen when I've grown up these trees is it looks like one tree appears and then another one replaces it. So if you look very closely... Well, that one was fine. Let's try with this one here. Maybe it'll do it. Yeah, you saw that, right? I had leaves in my face, and then suddenly I didn't have leaves in my face. Almost as if the client is planting and growing the tree, and then the server is growing the tree, and the two are incompatible. Very weird. Anyway, so I couldn't really do very much tree chopping in that time lapse, and I'm just going to do it in single player here. Well, this is still on the multiplayer server, so I need to go back to single player. But that was a very interesting bug to explore. Look at that, beautiful little spawn. It's been quite a while since we were out this way, and even longer since we built something out this way. But I'm up here on the mountain because this is where we're going to be doing our on a rail achievement. I thought up here would be a good place to get started, and what we can do is build a rail that heads off in this direction, and if you travel just over 1,000 blocks from this direction, you will reach the mining outpost, which is right near the Alpha House. It's in a very straight line from this point, so I thought it was a really good place to do this achievement. As we can see, we're up quite high, so what we'll do is we'll create an elevated rail that goes through these mountains, and that should give you a really nice view of everything on each side as we travel through. And then when we hit the chunk border that is about, I don't know, a few hundred blocks that way, we'll drop down to just above sea level and then carry on the rest of our journey that way. Now, to do this, I have worked out that I need around, I think it is around 6 stacks of iron ingots to produce the number of rails that I need. I hope that my maths is correct there, but maths, you know how it is for some people. I'm like that. But I need to get some more iron, so I'll do that. That has depleted my entire supply. Yeah, and this is a long distance too, so we need to figure out some methods from getting us from here to there in one shot. To do that, we're going to need a little railway station, so I've just been busy constructing this. As you can see, there's quite a few passengers already waiting, including one cow, which looks a little bit lost. But you've also got a little ticket office here with a hole in the back because I forgot to finish this bit off. I had to move some chests and I forgot to fill in the wall. So let's just do that quickly. We need that and that and that and that, and we also need some logs here, don't we? Yes. That's complete. Look at that. Backside of the ticket office. Really exciting. Yeah, I just thought this would give it a little bit of extra character up here as you head up here to set off on your journey. So the next job on the list is I've got to get my rails out and we've got to start laying this track. Now, the way it's going to work is that I'm just going to have a single cobblestone bridge because, you know, if I do anything else, it's going to be very, very expensive. This will do just fine. And what we'll do is we'll support this by building some pillars from ground level all the way up to make it look and feel a bit more supported. And that should help to pull off the track look, really. So let me organize my rail, start laying some track and some foundation, and then we'll see how far we can get with this thing today. Always remember to light up underneath your builds, right? Anyway, this reminds me that a while ago we got this record. This is Cat. So why don't we build the rest of our rail track while we listen along, because I've been waiting to play this and have a listen to it, and this seems like the perfect opportunity. And the foundation is now done. We can now use this to lay our track. And that took me a long time. There was a lot of wood involved, so a lot of trips to the tree farm, a lot of bone meal to grow the trees. I've depleted my supply of cobblestone pretty much. And I'm just glad that it was done. So that was over 1,000 cobblestone blocks, and I don't even know how many tree trunks went into that build. I wanted these supports here to make it feel like, let's pop down here. I wanted it to feel like these supports were actually doing something, you know, that they were actually holding up this cobblestone bridge. Because if I'd have just left a cobblestone bridge there on its own, it would have just looked like a standard cobblestone bridge, and that's not exactly what I wanted. So I'm glad that I did this, and yes, they do reach the bottom. Every single one reaches the bottom of the ocean because it just doesn't look right if I don't do it like that. And I've extended it all the way down to the alpha area now. So the next job, lay some track. I've got a little bit of a test track here. It doesn't go very far, only up till about there. And I've also installed this little ramp here as well so that I can test out how far we get if I just put a minecart down on the track. So if I jump in... Oh, yeah, well, that about does it, right? I don't get very far on my own with only a tiny bit of momentum. I need to figure out some methods from getting from that end, 1,000 blocks all the way in that direction, way out there. So one option is that I could make use of a furnace minecart. Now I've just got to even figure out how these work again, right? Minecart with furnace, and I've got some coal. So I think what I need to do is plop it down there, hop into my minecart, and then get the coal, and... Oh, it goes in the wrong direction. How do I push that to make it push me in that direction? This is a bit of a... No, come back! This is a bit of a drama, isn't it? How do I make it go in this direction? Maybe you do it this way with the furnace out in front? I really can't remember. Let's try it. No, it just leaves me here. Well, this is pretty useless. I could use an old school Minecraft booster rail, and the way that these work is that if I take my minecart along here, while my minecart is going down on the diagonal, as it intersects with this minecart, they push each other along. It's really exploiting a bug, but these were widely used back in the day, so I want to give this a try because I've never tried one of these before. Okay, so I need to have a bit of momentum first, so let's get into the cart. And as we can see, I'm really, really slow. And then just as I go on the downhill, I should meet that cart and it pushes me along. And this is actually pretty efficient. I did not expect to go this far on a boosted rail cart. Wow. Okay. That was highly efficient. I wonder how far it will take me on just one booster track. I've now laid track all the way out here. This is at 300 on the Z, and the track starts at about -40. I really don't think that one booster rail of just a few blocks like that is going to boost me this far, but I'm intrigued now. Honestly, when I was recording this and I had the episode planned out, I knew I would try the furnace minecart, I knew I would try the booster rail, and I didn't think that it would get me very far and that I'd have to install dozens and dozens of them all the way along if I was going to choose that option. But you know what? It might actually be better than the third option, which we're going to get to in a couple of minutes once I try this one out again. Sometimes this game still surprises me. Well, we're going to give this one more try now, and my hope is that none of this travel is working towards the achievement of on a rail. To do that, I need to travel 1,000 blocks in one direction, and I hope what that means is that if I don't travel in all the same direction in one go, it's not actually counting up towards my tally, because I want to take this whole journey in one shot and then reach the end and get the achievement. So I hope I'm not spoiling things by doing this too much with these trials. Let's stick it in and see how far we go. I will be shocked if this thing takes me 300 blocks, but like I said, this game still surprises me, so let's see how far we can actually go. I'm just going to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. I'm looking for signs of my cart slowing down, though. I think it is slowing down. But, incredibly, it's just still going so far, and all I would really need to do is install a couple of extra booster rail points along the track here, and it would just keep me boosted. Wow, this is impressive technology. I feel like it's really starting to slow down, but I am going so far. There we go. You can feel it now, starting to slow down quite a lot. And in fact, so it's going to just go past these two wooden sections here and probably for another 20 blocks or so. Around about 300 blocks. And I've accidentally forgotten to put a cart thing in there, a rail track. Wow, I am lost for words. I just don't know what to say. Anyway, never mind that, we're still going to go with option 3, which is the new rail type added to Minecraft Beta 1.5, the powered rail. 2 new rails were added to Minecraft Beta 1.5. I'll go and create some and then we'll have a look at them. So we've got a couple of new rail types to have a look at. Let me craft them both up and then we can have a quick discussion about what they do. The first one is the detector rail, which requires a pressure plate in the middle, some redstone, and then some iron down the sides like this. So it's quite expensive, but you do get 6 of them. So that's 1 per ingot, I suppose. Now it looks like this, and what it does is it detects when a minecart goes over the top of it, but it can also detect how loaded the minecart is, or in other words, how full the minecart is. So I think that applies if you probably send maybe a player across, or if you send a chest minecart full of things. We might have to play with this one a little bit later on, because I don't have time to do that today. So let's just pick that one up, and we will craft our second rail type, which is of course the powered rail, and that's what this was all about. Now to do that I need to let me see, gold. This is also a very expensive rail. There it is. Okay, you get 6 of them, 1 for each ingot, just like before. But this is basically all of the gold that I have in total in the whole world. So I don't know how many rail that's going to give us, or exactly how many we're going to need for this track either. But we can use the powered rail in our circuit here, in our rail track here, to give us additional boost. So let's pop that down there. Now, when this powered rail is unpowered like this, it'll actually cause the minecart to stop in its tracks like that. So each of these needs to be powered. So I guess to do that, we're going to have to actually craft up some levers. Do I even have the materials I need? No, I don't. Okay, so I need some cobble to craft a lever, and we need a stick and a cobble to craft 1 lever. So I'm going to be going through more cobble supplies to do this, and let me just power that up. Let's do it from this side. All I should need to do is pop the lever there and flick it on, and sure enough, it's powered. Now to test this out, I'm going to have to get rid of this booster cart, so let me just clean this up and then we'll test out the powered rail. Well, we're almost set to go here to test this out, and just before I do, I wanted to show you something amusing that I completely forgot about. I wanted to power this rail from underneath to make it look all nice, and so I dropped down into this hole, got my lever, and attempted to place it on the underside of that block, but of course, no, you can't do that, and this doesn't work either. It will not power the rail. I just completely forgot about that, so that's another funny little quirk of Minecraft. So we are just going to have to power it on the side here and make it look kind of ugly. We'll do it on this side, get the lever, and there we go. Okay, so it is powered. Now, if we get the minecart and throw it on this run down here, it should run across this rail, and this should give it the boost. And I'm keen to see, oh, I've just noticed something. I need to make sure we have inventory management, have a full track here. Now, let's see how far one of these powered rails will take us. Get the minecart out and let's go. And we get boosted, and it's going to take us not too bad. Actually, this is quite a few more blocks than I expected. And it's similar to the minecart boost rail, but definitely not with the amount of distance that the booster rail gives us. But what I'm pleased about is that we seem to be getting far enough that I don't have to put a powered rail every 8 blocks or something crazy like that. I can just, you know, put one here. And it doesn't matter if it takes a bit longer to get from end to end. The point is that we get there. So, whoop, come back. So what I need to do now is lay enough track to get to the end, and then go and put some powered rails down every, I don't know, 20 or 30 blocks, and we should have enough distance. But unfortunately, I don't have enough materials to be able to complete the track today. So sadly, this is where we're going to leave it, unfortunately. So I think in the next episode, we will definitely be ready. I'll do some mining in between, and we're going to be ready to complete the advancement tree. This is a very glorious day. Very glorious indeed. But for now, that is the end of the episode. So I want to say thank you for watching, and I want to say an extra special thank you for my patrons who support me. It's really appreciated, you know that. And thank you so much for the view. I'll see you in the next episode. This has been bugmancx. You've been watching Minecraft The Journey. Bye-bye.